Hello, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching. This is Sheila Noy of Destiny Shapers with Sheila Noy. How are you doing? I trust you are doing very well. Today is a very interesting day, and we have a very wonderful topic to talk about overcoming adversity and inspiring stories of triumph. You may ask why, and interestingly, as I was getting ready, I, I encountered a challenge, and I'm like, okay, this is an example of exactly what we're talking about. So, God bless you. If you're going to watch after this live program, God bless you as well. And if you have not subscribed to Destiny Shapers with Shilanoy, I encourage you to subscribe. All you have to do is to hit the red button that says subscribe. And anytime I upload a video, I come live, you will be able to know, watch, and then share also. Feel free to like and comment as well. Adversity, overcoming adversity. You know, in life, we all have beautiful goals and dreams. We want to achieve these beautiful goals and aspirations, our purpose, and all that. They don't come easily. Things don't go smoothly as we expect. We will meet hurdles, we will meet challenges, but how we tackle it, the mindset with which we tackle these challenges will make us overcome it to be able to become the people God has created us to be. So, what challenges are you facing? I'm hoping this video or this discussion will help you to feel motivated and inspired to face adversity head on. And you'll be able to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. And you also believe in your ability to overcome any obstacles on your path to achieving your dreams. So, overcoming adversity, inspiring stories. I have about 4 or 5 people I want us to talk about today. What the challenges were, how did they overcome, and where are they now? And I hope, as I said, you'll be inspired. The first person I want us to talk about is Nick. Nick was born in Australia, and he was born without limbs, no hands, no legs. He only had 2 toes, and he used that as his fingers. As he was growing up and was in school, he faced a lot of challenges. He was laughed at, he was discriminated against, and he even felt like killing himself as a young boy. His parents even struggled to take care of him. It was really challenging. But looking at him now, it's amazing. He educated himself as he needed to be. He did not allow the haters to kick him away from school. So he moved on in life, and he was able to accomplish the heights in education that he wanted to have. And this young man now has become a grown-up man. He's married, beautiful children, 4 children, and he's a motivational speaker. I would say an international motivational speaker. He's written a lot of books. He's talked about life without limit. It means there are limits in life. There are boundaries that can come our way. There are challenges that can come our way, but we do not have to allow those challenges to limit us, to prevent us from moving ahead in life. So I love this young man. And talking about challenges and what I told you in the beginning of this video, I have a presentation with all the pictures of these people I wanted to talk about, but you know what? It is refusing to upload. It is still going round and round. That is a challenge. Will I allow that to prevent us from talking today or doing this video? No. So I see the video still uploading the pictures or the slides. I am here. If it's able to go through it, I will show it. If it doesn't, that's okay. Another time we can show the videos. I can just upload it somewhere and we will still talk about it. So that is Nick. Nick Vujicic. His name is an Australian name. I may not be able to say it right, but that is him. He overcame all limitations of life. You can imagine moving around this world without hands, without feet, but he's able to move. It's beautiful when you watch him go on stage. It is so beautiful. And he does not feel limited at all. So what is your challenge as we are talking about these people? I want you to reflect on your life, your beautiful goals. What are the things that are trying to stop you? Are you going to allow yourself to be stopped? It could be finances. It could be marriage. It could be anything, career. It can be anything. It can be people. Are you going to allow them to stop you from moving on in life? Do not, because these people, with irrespective of the challenges they face or they are facing, they are still moving on. So that is our first person. The next person I want us to talk about is a very young, beautiful, daring woman from Pakistan. She's called Malala Yousafzai, something like that. This woman or young lady, growing up in her community or in the country, she faced a lot of challenges. They did not want girls to be educated. At the time, the Taliban was in government and they opposed girls' education or women's education, all that. And her dad was an educator. All schools training girls were banned, but her dad refused. And her daughter kept on with education. This lady was very outspoken. She hated the fact that girls were not permitted to be educated. And at the time, she started speaking up. Young girl. It is said that she gave her first speech when she was 11 years old. You can see that how serious the issue was and how desirous she wanted education. She really needed education. She knew that education can bring a whole lot of impact in the world. So she needed to push on. She spoke about it. She wrote about it under a fake name. She wrote so many articles. And then later she was found out that she was the one writing all those, articles, sorry. And it went viral international because she was writing for BBC, talking about, sorry, the things they were doing against girl child education in her country. And when she was found out at age 15, she was shot. The Taliban shot her and she almost died. And she was rushed to England where she received a lot of surgeries and she came out alive. And you would think she would be scared and she would be quiet and she would not speak again. But she rather gained the power, the strength, the resilience to keep talking about human rights, girls' right to education, and women's rights and all that. And she was noted by the world nations, the nations of the world, and she was later awarded so many prizes. United Nations invited her to speak. This lady is doing wonders. She even wrote a book. Her first book was I Am Malala, and it went viral. You can Google it and you will see it. So she's so daring, and through her activities, she has empowered a lot of young girls not to say no to education. And a lot of girls around the world are inspired by her. She received the Nobel Prize, Peace Prize, and she was the youngest to receive it at that tender age. So Malala is our next person I want you to be inspired by. She's doing so many wonderful things now around the world. And for the fact that she was shot almost to the point of death, and she's still saying the very things that made her get shot, that tells you that she believed in her dreams. And I want you to be inspired as well. Thank you, Mr. Noy, for joining us. Thank you, Lady Jane, for joining us. I am always grateful to see you join us. God bless you. As I said, we are talking about overcoming adversity. And the next person I want us to look at is our own Papa Nelson Mandela. I think everybody, if you don't even know, you've heard the name Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela grew up at a time of apartheid in South Africa. It was a system where there was segregation of the blacks from the whites. So if you were black at the time, you couldn't go to the same school as the white people. They were ruling South Africa. And the Africans at the time could not go to the same school. You couldn't even marry a white. You couldn't do business with a white. A lot of things. The black people were pushed to the side, and it was a struggle. And that affected their life, the economy of the people in South Africa. And what happened? He stood up against this regime. He started talking about it, organizing protests. And through that, they spotted him and they were sent to jail. Sorry. So he was in prison. Sorry. And at the time, he was sent to a place, he was doing hard labor, he was tortured, a lot of things were done against him. He was in jail for 27 good years. You know, he went to jail when he was young. He stayed there from 1964 to 1982. And you would think this man would be quiet. No. He was studying to become a lawyer. He studied law in prison. Can you believe that? If it's you and I, maybe we will just say, okay, I'm not going to do this again. I'm scared and all that. No. Even though he was doing so many things, hard labor, being tortured, he still managed to educate himself. And he graduated whilst he was in prison. And he caught the attention of the world. So when you push through your dreams, irrespective of the adversities, guess what? Help will come your way. So that is how he got the attention of the world. And then people started talking and all that. And he was released from prison. And from prison, he became what? A president. He was the first Black president of South Africa. And the person through which democracy was established. And through him also, apartheid was destroyed and overcome. So that tells you that if you do not give up on your dreams because of challenges and adversities, you become successful. So whatever goals, aspirations, dreams that you have set before you, don't let, not even sickness. There are people who are sick, but they are still going about their dream lives. It's amazing. I was listening to a woman who had a kidney failure. You know, he was given 6 months to die, but somebody came into her and spoke about how you can redirect your mindset, and she told her about a program. She bought into it, and that was it. This woman is now almost 70 years. From dying within 6 months, she didn't die. Everything turned around for her. So don't let anything stop you from becoming the person you have been called to become. So these are the people we know: Nick, Malala, Mandela. We also know about a lot of people in our time. We can talk about the church. A lot of our people started their churches with themselves, their spouse, and maybe their children and few friends. Now they have a whole um, group of people, multitudes of people in their congregations, and they have branches all over the world. And our own Papa, Pastor Mensa Otabil is one of those people, you know. He started with few friends, I think about 20 of them. And I always remember his story when they started in a school at Kanda, school, you know, those schools in Kanda, cluster of schools. And I remember him saying they didn't have drums, they didn't have microphone, they didn't have nothing. And then when they met in the classroom, the tabletops were their drums. So he was describing our cook, 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 cook. And now look at where they are. Many, many, many people, many branches in Ghana and all over the world. He has a lot of people following. And it's the same with all our churches and ministries. We start from somewhere, and sometimes we'll face some hurdles in life. We don't have to allow these hurdles and adversities to stop us from becoming the people we were born to be. We need to keep moving. Um, Billy Alsburg says every challenge has a mindset required to overcome. So these people face a lot of different challenges, but they had a certain mindset. That is how they were able to overcome. So what is your mindset? Are you the person that is always blaming and complaining? Thinking it shouldn't be you, but it should be somebody else. So you complain and you blame everybody. And you give excuses for not having your way. Challenges are part of us. Nelson Mandela said it's always possible on earth. It's always impossible until it is done. So you may encounter difficulties and challenges, and you may think it's impossible. But if you can have that mindset of, I can do it, it is possible, and you can just keep pushing through one day at a time, through the tunnel, through the darkness, through the difficulties, through the challenges, one step at a time, and you keep moving. You will move through it, and you'll come out of that tunnel, and there will be light waiting for you. Nelson Mandela had so many awards as a result of his resilience and not giving up on his dreams. He had 260 awards within 40 years, the time he was living till he died. 260 awards. Malala, the same, he had a lot, she's still receiving awards here and there. And Nick is the same. He's speaking to millions of people, many, many places. So what is stopping you from living your dream life? This is our message today. You do not have to give up on your dreams. You need to have that mindset that you can do it. You can do it. There is another quote I wanted to share with you. Yeah. Morgan Freeman says, challenge yourself is the only path which leads to growth. You can be stuck in the house, sick, but you can still live your dream life. Maybe you've been called to write books. Maybe you've been called to speak. Maybe you've been called to pray. It is possible. And I want to hear somebody saying the dream is so possible. Never say never. Never say never. Never say never. Can I have somebody type it for us? I know there are 4 people joining me, and I know others will join later. If you are watching now, you can type in your comment. Never say never. If you are joining later to listen, you can still type never say never. Do not allow anything to limit you. Challenge yourself is the only path which leads to growth. So as challenges come your way and you push through it, you will grow. You will come out with a certain type of mindset and believe that everything is possible if you don't give up on yourself. Because you know what? The goal of the challenge is mastery. You need to master it. When the goal comes, you need to master it. And as you are mastering it, that is how you know that you are able, you are capable to move to your next level. Sorry, because you know what? Everything can be taken away from you. You know, all these people, they faced a lot of things. Mandela, his freedom was taken from him at the time. But you know what? He still had himself. You cannot, you yourself, you cannot be taken from you. And as you go through it, you become who you are to become, and you will never be taken. Nothing like that will never be taken from you. So you become, or everything can be taken away from you, but who you become can never be taken from you. And that happens when you don't give up on your goals because of those circumstances. We can talk about Joseph in the Bible, and we've already made a video about Joseph by our young man Emmanuel, who came and spoke powerfully about Joseph. Let's listen to that video. Joseph, growing up, had dreams, wonderful dreams of becoming the head of the family, a very big person. But as he shared his dreams, what happened? He was hated and he was sold into slavery. Even in slavery, when he got a chance to be in Potiphar's house, what happened to him? Potiphar's house wife came after him and was put into prison for many, many years. The people that he helped in prison by interpreting dreams for, and they were taken out of the prison, he thought they would be his helper or his helpers, but they forgot about him. But guess what? At the right time, because he did not give up and he continued to believe in his dream, he became the prime minister in Egypt, from prison to becoming the second top person in a foreign land. That is what happens when we do not say um, no, and when we do not say it's not possible, and we continue to push through it to overcome our adversary. What about Esther? And I know you can give me so many, many, many examples from the Bible. Esther, a little girl in exile in Persia, later became what? The biggest person on that land's wife. And God used her to deliver his people. So Queen Esther is another person. Was life easy as a slave girl in a foreign land? No. And even when her uncle, I'm sure when her uncle asked her to go and contest to become a possible wife of the king, I'm sure she was scared. But God pushed her through it. So let's not become so discouraged when challenges come our way. Challenges are what push us into a place of mastery. If you're able to master your challenges, then you're able to overcome. That is how you are able to move to your next level. That is how you are able to achieve your dreams and your aspirations and your goals. So God bless you for joining me. I hope whatever challenge you are facing right now, you will look at it again and see how best you can tackle it and get through it. Have that mindset that this is here to promote me. This is not here to demote me. It is here to bless me. How can I go about this to defeat it, to be able to move to my next level? I hope this has blessed somebody. So no matter the difficult circumstances you are facing, know that God is with you. God has always been with us. Even through the difficult situations, He's always with us. So don't give up. I want you to be inspired and be inspired of the fact that these people were able to go through it, so you can also do it. If God helps somebody, He can help us as well. So the next time a challenge comes, tackle it. Face the challenge and say that I am not giving in. Like I'm telling you, the the slides I made, they are still loading here, and I don't know when it will load. In the morning when I got up, I set everything up. It was loaded, and then I turned my computer off for a while. And then after that, I've tried about 5, 6, 7 times turning my computer off and on. It is still loaded. Challenges of life. They are here not to destroy us. They are here to make us stronger. Tell yourself it is possible, as Mandela said. And also know that every challenge requires a certain mindset. Have that mindset of an overcomer. Have that mindset that you'll be able to go through it. Have that mindset that you are not going to give in. You are not going to give up. Keep going. Push yourself through it. What are your goals? Write them down and push through it. Anytime an adversity rises up, tell that adversity, I am an overcomer. You are an overcomer. You can do it. And know that we are in this together. I love you. My name again is Sheila Noy, founder of Destiny Shapers with Sheila Noy. God has a plan and purpose for all of us. He's taking us somewhere. Don't give up. Don't let any adversity slow you down and take you from what God has in store for you. Remember Jesus. He was here for a purpose. Did he face things easily? No. Adversity showed up. But through that adversity, he was able to become the person God brought him here to be. He died. They killed him. They thought that would be the end of him. No, he did not remain in the grave. He rose up according to the plan and purposes of God, because he agreed with the plan of God, and he was able to rise up and go be with the Father forever and ever. I love you as always. God bless you. Next week, we'll be here with my own Pastor Ohene, my cousin. You don't want to miss this. He's also going to share his heart with us to let us know that it is possible. Yeah, we are in the 4th month, almost to the end, and to be starting the 5th month. But whatever goals you have, whatever things you set your heart on to do this year, it is still possible. Don't give up too soon. Let's do this together. I love you, and I'll see you next week. It will be 12 noon US Central Time here, and 5 p.m. Ghana time if you are in Ghana. I love you. Bye for now. And don't forget, subscribe to Destiny Shapers with Sheila Noy and share the link somewhere. Thank you. Bye-bye.